Have you noticed your stool looking pale, greasy, or floating lately, and brushed it off as something you ate? Or maybe your urine's gotten darker, even though you're drinking enough water. These might seem like harmless changes, but for people over 60, they could be something far more serious. Because here's the truth. Your bathroom habits might be the first place your liver quietly warns you that something is wrong. The liver is your body's natural filter. It processes everything, from the food you eat to the toxins in your blood, and helps convert waste into something your body can get rid of. But when it starts to break down, your liver doesn't scream, it doesn't throb, and it doesn't give you stabbing pain. Instead, it shows up in the mirror, in your stool, in your urine, in your energy levels, in your skin. And too often, by the time people recognize the pattern, the damage is already done. That's why this video is so important. Today, we're going to uncover 8 toilet signs that your liver may be in trouble. The same signs most people ignore until it's too late. And if you've noticed 2 or more of these recently, your body might already be trying to save you. But don't worry. We're not just here to scare you. We'll also share 5 powerful foods and vitamins you can start using today to support your liver naturally, gently, and effectively. And before we dive in, let us know in the comments below, where are you tuning in from? We love hearing from our Prime Health Daily community, and your story could help someone else feel a little less alone. Let's begin. Sign number 1, pale, greasy, or floating stool. Most people never look at their stool, but your liver wishes you would. When your liver is healthy, it produces bile, a yellow-green fluid that helps break down fat, absorb nutrients, and give your stool its normal brown color. But when your liver becomes sluggish or inflamed, bile production slows down, and what comes out in the bathroom starts to look different. You might notice your stool is pale, almost clay-colored, or greasy, with a shiny film on the surface. Sometimes it floats or sticks to the toilet bowl. It may smell worse than usual or feel harder to flush. This isn't a digestive bug or something you ate. It's your liver telling you it's not filtering fats or toxins properly. And that's one of the earliest warning signs of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, now the fastest growing liver condition in seniors. Here's a simple check. If your stool looks light tan, gray, or greasy more than 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and you haven't made major dietary changes, your liver could be struggling to do its job. And it matters, because the same bile that colors your stool also removes waste from your bloodstream. When bile stops moving, everything backs up. That's when symptoms start stacking: fatigue, bloating, itching, and eventually, yellowing skin. We'll talk about that soon. But first, let's look at something even easier to spot, right in your own bathroom mirror. Sign number 2, dark yellow or brown urine. Even when you're hydrated, you're drinking enough water, you're avoiding soda, but your urine still comes out dark, like the color of iced tea or cola. Most people assume it's dehydration, but if you're staying hydrated and your urine still looks like this, it may not be your kidneys, it may be your liver. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. When your liver can't process a substance called bilirubin, that pigment builds up in your bloodstream. Your kidneys step in to help, filtering out the excess, and your urine takes on that darker, browner color. It's your body's emergency backup system, and it means your liver is already falling behind. The color can vary, from golden amber to a rusty orange. But if it's consistently darker than usual, even when you're drinking water, don't ignore it. Let's do a quick self-check right now. Think about your last 3 bathroom trips. Was your urine clear to light yellow? Or did it look darker, maybe with a strong odor or foam? If it's been dark more than once a day for several days in a row, your liver might be overwhelmed. And here's a surprising fact. Before jaundice shows up in your skin or eyes, it often shows up in your urine. That makes this one of the most overlooked, but most reliable, early warning signs of liver dysfunction. The next sign, though, doesn't appear in the toilet. It shows up just beneath your skin and can keep you up at night. Sign number 3, itchy skin that won't go away, especially at night. Have you ever scratched your arms, legs, or back so much it kept you awake? No rash, no bumps, just a deep crawling itch that doesn't stop, even when your skin looks perfectly normal. Most people blame it on dryness or laundry detergent, but for many seniors, persistent itching, especially at night, is actually a warning sign from the liver. Here's why. When your liver is damaged or inflamed, it struggles to flush bile out of your system. Instead of flowing into your digestive tract, bile salts leak into your bloodstream. And when those salts reach your skin, they irritate the nerve endings just beneath the surface, causing intense, unexplained itching. This isn't seasonal dry skin, it's internal. It often shows up on the palms, soles of the feet, lower legs, or upper back, places you wouldn't expect. And it gets worse at night because your body naturally releases more bile while you're resting. Here's a question worth asking. Do you find yourself scratching after dinner, before bed, or when lying down? Even though your skin looks totally fine? That's a red flag, especially if moisturizers, antihistamines, or skin creams don't make it stop. What's tricky is that this kind of itch shows up months before other liver symptoms, which is why so many seniors miss it. They treat the surface, while their liver keeps getting worse underneath. We'll soon talk about one food that helps clear bile buildup and calm this kind of irritation. But first, let's look at the one symptom almost everyone dismisses until it takes over their entire life. Sign number 4, exhaustion that feels deeper than sleep can fix. This isn't regular tiredness. It's not the kind of fatigue that a nap or a cup of coffee solves. This is something heavier. A sense that your body is dragging through the day like you're walking through wet sand. If you've ever felt like you slept all night but still woke up tired, or you needed to sit down after doing something simple like folding laundry or making breakfast, your liver might be to blame. Here's why. Your liver plays a central role in energy metabolism. It processes glucose, regulates insulin, and helps convert nutrients from food into fuel your body can actually use. But when your liver is overworked, clogged with fat, scarred from inflammation, or slowed down by years of silent damage, that fuel conversion grinds to a halt, and you're left running on empty. Think about this. Has your get up and go slowly turned into sit down and stay? Have you noticed you're saying no to things you used to enjoy? Walks, errands, even conversations? Because you just don't have the energy? That's not just age. That's your body being robbed of energy at the cellular level. And this kind of fatigue doesn't just affect your muscles. It hits your brain too. You might notice more brain fog, forgetfulness, or difficulty focusing. That's because when the liver is struggling, it can't filter waste from the blood as efficiently. And that can affect how your brain functions day to day. The worst part? This kind of exhaustion builds so slowly that you barely notice until it becomes your new normal. That's why so many seniors live with it for years, thinking it's just part of getting older. But it's not. And if your fatigue has been paired with any of the signs we've already covered, dark urine, itchy skin, pale stool, your liver could be the hidden reason why everything suddenly feels harder. In a moment, we'll talk about how one leafy green can help restore natural energy by supporting bile flow and glucose balance. But before we do that, let's look at one of the most visible signs of liver distress, the kind you can't unsee once it shows up in the mirror. Sign number 5, yellowing of the eyes or skin, jaundice. You walk past a mirror and something looks off. Your eyes seem duller, less white. Your skin, especially around your face or fingertips, carries a yellowish tint you swear wasn't there before. You wonder if it's the lighting or maybe just age, but it isn't. That yellowing, called jaundice, is one of the most visible signs that your liver is struggling, and it almost always means things have already progressed further than you think. Here's what's happening. When the liver can't properly break down and eliminate bilirubin, that same pigment we mentioned earlier, it starts to build up in your bloodstream. Over time, it seeps into your tissues, starting with the whites of your eyes. That's usually the first place it shows up. Then it spreads to your skin. Most seniors miss this sign because it creeps in slowly. You might not notice it until someone else points it out, or until it shows up in a photograph. And by then, the damage causing it may already be well underway. It's not just a color change, it's a chemical warning that your liver is overwhelmed, and that waste products are circulating in your body instead of being filtered out. Pair jaundice with dark urine, pale stool, or fatigue? That's a red alert. Your liver is no longer just struggling. It's waving a flag you can actually see. And while that might feel scary, catching it at this stage gives you something many people never get. A chance to do something about it while you still can. Because the next symptom, it doesn't just hint at dysfunction, it shows your body is already starting to break down. Sign number 6, bloating or swelling in the abdomen. You wake up in the morning and your belly feels tight. Not full from food, just puffy, bloated. By evening, it's worse. Your pants dig into your waist. Sitting feels uncomfortable. You might even feel short of breath lying down. This isn't just gas or water weight. This could be ascites, a buildup of fluid in the abdomen caused by liver damage. When your liver becomes stiff from inflammation or scarring, it can't regulate pressure inside your blood vessels properly. Fluid begins to leak out into your abdominal cavity, creating that hard, swollen belly many people mistake for fat. It might not hurt at first, but the discomfort grows. You feel full quickly when you eat. Your appetite drops. You might start avoiding meals, thinking you've just gotten sensitive to food. But the truth is, your liver is no longer keeping your internal plumbing in check, and the bloating is your body's way of crying out. Here's a self-check. Place your hand gently on your belly while lying down. Does it feel unusually firm? Press near your right rib cage. Do you feel a sense of pressure or tightness you can't explain? That's where your liver sits. And if that area feels bloated, it's worth taking seriously. Because the longer this fluid builds up, the more pressure it puts on your kidneys, lungs, and digestion. And eventually, it can become dangerous. The good news? This is one of the symptoms that responds fastest to dietary changes and liver-supportive habits. We'll get to those shortly. But first, let's talk about what happens when your liver stops producing what your blood needs to heal. Sign number 7, easy bruising or bleeding. You bump your arm against the counter and the next morning it's black and blue. You floss your teeth, and there's more blood than usual. You get a minor cut, and it just won't stop bleeding. As we age, we expect our skin to get thinner, but bruises that appear too easily, or bleeding that feels excessive, may have nothing to do with your skin, and everything to do with your liver. The liver is responsible for producing clotting factors, special proteins in your blood that stop bleeding and help wounds heal. But when liver function slows down, these clotting factors drop, and suddenly your body starts showing signs of internal imbalance. You might notice tiny purple spots on your arms or legs, a bruise that lasts for weeks, or you may find yourself more sensitive to pressure, like even a light scratch leaves a mark. This isn't just cosmetic. It's a sign that your liver's ability to regulate your blood has been compromised. And when paired with fatigue, jaundice, or dark urine, it paints a dangerous picture of a body struggling to repair itself. But the final sign we'll cover may be the most deceptive of all. Because unlike bruising or bloating, this one looks like a normal sign of aging until you understand what's really going on underneath. Sign number 8. Red palms or spider veins on the chest. You glance at your hands and notice the skin on your palms looks redder than usual, not irritated, just flushed. Maybe you've spotted tiny, spidery veins on your chest or shoulders, thin red lines that look like little bursts beneath the skin. You assume it's just blood pressure, or thinning skin, or maybe even sun damage. But it's not. These changes, called palmar erythema and spider angiomas, are subtle signs of hormonal imbalance caused by liver dysfunction. When your liver becomes damaged, it can't properly filter estrogen and other circulating hormones. That causes small capillaries to expand and push closer to the skin's surface, creating visible webs of redness. It may not itch, it may not hurt, but it reveals something deeper. Your liver is no longer filtering the way it should, and that imbalance is starting to show up on your skin. Doctors often see this in people with advanced fatty liver, cirrhosis, or chronic hepatitis, but it can begin long before a diagnosis is ever made. So take a moment. Look at your hands. Press gently into the palm with your thumb. Does the skin stay red? Feel unusually warm? That could be one of the liver's first silent warnings. Now that you've seen the signs, the stool changes, the fatigue, the itching, the bloating, you might be wondering, what do I do now? The truth is, your liver isn't just damaged by disease. It's damaged by years of small choices, and supported by the small ones too. Food, movement, hydration. The daily habits that send signals to your liver saying, you're safe to heal. And now we're going to explore 5 of the most powerful foods and nutrients that can help you do exactly that. No crash diets, no dangerous detox pills, just simple, senior-friendly tools your liver already knows how to use. Let's begin. Number 1. Beets. The deep cleaner. Bright, earthy, and easy to overlook. Beets are one of the most powerful foods for liver health. They're rich in a compound called betaine, which supports your liver's ability to process fats and flush out toxins. If your stool has been greasy, your belly bloated, or your urine dark, beets can help move that stagnant bile, gently and naturally. Beets also help thin the bile itself, which is crucial if your liver's been sluggish or your gallbladder hasn't been pulling its weight. And they're packed with antioxidants that reduce inflammation in liver cells and improve blood flow through the liver's complex filtering network. You don't need a complicated recipe. A small portion of roasted beets a few times a week, or a splash of beet juice in your water, is enough to make a real difference. If you've seen pale stools, this should be your first go-to food, because restoring bile color starts here. Number 2. Lemon water. The morning switch. Before breakfast, before coffee, before anything else. A glass of warm water with fresh lemon can be a powerful daily ritual, and your liver knows it. Lemons contain citric acid and vitamin C, which help stimulate bile production and loosen congestion in the liver ducts. That's especially helpful if you've been dealing with constipation, greasy stools, or any sign that your liver is struggling to remove waste. But more than that, lemon water hydrates the liver, which is often overlooked. Without enough hydration, your liver can't filter blood efficiently. It's like trying to clean a sponge with no water. Here's a simple test. If your urine is consistently darker than light yellow, even when you think you're hydrated, start here. Warm lemon water each morning helps rehydrate, alkalize, and reprime your liver before the day begins. It's not a magic detox trick, it's your daily reset button. Number 3. Leafy greens, the bitter broom. Dandelion greens, arugula, kale, spinach. These aren't just salad fillers, they're liver fuel. Bitter greens stimulate the production of bile and help move it through the digestive tract. That's important because bile doesn't just help break down fats. It also acts like a garbage truck, carrying toxins out of the liver and into your gut for removal. If your stool has been pale or your digestion sluggish, your bile might be stuck. And greens help release it. Dandelion greens, in particular, have been used for centuries to support liver and kidney function. Their bitter compounds tell your liver it's time to squeeze, flushing out stagnation and reducing the inflammation that builds up over time. Add a handful to a smoothie, stir them into soup, or gently sauté them with garlic. The bitterness is what does the work. So don't shy away from the flavor. It's a signal to your whole system that it's time to let go. Number 4. Garlic, the silent healer. That strong scent isn't just flavor, it's medicine. Garlic contains allicin and sulfur compounds that directly support the liver's two-phase detox process. Phase 1 breaks down toxins. Phase 2 eliminates them. Most detoxes only address the first half. Garlic helps both. It also supports circulation, lowers blood pressure, and helps clear fatty deposits from the liver, especially important if you've noticed bloating, fatigue, or brain fog. Garlic's sulfur content also binds to heavy metals like lead and mercury, and helps escort them out through bile and urine. That means garlic isn't just a protector, it's an escort. It helps toxins leave the body. A clove or two per day, sautéed, roasted, or raw, is enough to activate these benefits. Just don't rely on garlic pills. The real power is in the fresh form. And if you've been feeling that deeper kind of tiredness we talked about earlier, this is one of the best foods to help restore balance without overstimulating your system. Number 5. Milk thistle, the liver's armor. This isn't a food, but no liver list is complete without it. Milk thistle, specifically the compound silymarin, is one of the most researched herbal supports for the liver. It works in 3 powerful ways: protects liver cells from damage, encourages regeneration of new liver tissue, reduces inflammation and oxidative stress. It's especially helpful for seniors with early-stage fatty liver or those recovering from long-term medication use or high-sugar diets. And while it's not a magic bullet, when used alongside real food and movement, it accelerates recovery and shields your liver from future harm. Most people take it in capsule or tincture form. Always talk to your doctor if you're on medications. But for most, it's safe and extremely well tolerated. If you've seen more than 3 of the warning signs we talked about earlier, milk thistle may be a smart addition to your liver recovery toolkit. Foods are a powerful start, but sometimes what your liver needs most isn't what you're eating, it's what you're missing. And that brings us to one more piece of the healing puzzle: the 3 essential vitamins your liver depends on, and most seniors don't get enough of. Vitamin D, the immune shield. Most people think of vitamin D as the bone vitamin, but it also plays a huge role in immune health and liver inflammation. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to higher rates of fatty liver disease, especially in adults over 60. If you're rarely in the sun or you live in a northern climate, you may not be getting enough. A simple blood test can check your levels, and supplementing with D3, the active form, may help reduce liver fat and protect against future damage. Vitamin E, the fat-fighting antioxidant. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant, and in clinical trials, it's been shown to reduce liver fat and improve liver enzyme levels in people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It helps protect your liver cells from oxidative stress, the kind caused by sugar, processed foods, or long-term medication use. If you've seen signs of fatigue, bloating, or inflammation, vitamin E may help cool things down. You can get vitamin E naturally from almonds, sunflower seeds, and spinach. But in some cases, a supplement can help fill in the gaps. Always talk to your doctor first. Vitamin B12, the energy enabler. B12 is essential for energy production and detoxification. Without enough of it, your liver can't process fats and proteins properly. And yet, many seniors, especially those over 65, are deficient. Low B12 is also linked to fatigue, brain fog, and even tingling in the hands and feet. If those symptoms sound familiar, and you've noticed liver warning signs, it might be time to get your B12 levels checked. You can get B12 from animal foods like eggs, fish, and dairy, or through supplements or B12 shots if your levels are low. You don't need a cabinet full of pills. But if your liver's been sending signals, these three vitamins, D, E, and B12, can help give it the tools it needs to recover and thrive. So now you know the signs that show up in the bathroom, the greasy stool, the itching, the fatigue. They're not just aging. They're not just discomfort. They're communication. Your liver, one of the hardest working organs in your body, has been sending messages all along. And now that you understand them, you have something most people don't. A chance to do something before it's too late. Start small. Lemon water in the morning, beets twice a week, a handful of leafy greens on your plate. These are not trends. They're timeless tools, backed by science and trusted by some of the healthiest cultures in the world. Your liver is the only organ that can regenerate itself. That means it's never too late to heal, never too late to feel better, never too late to take back your energy, your clarity, your strength. And if this video gave you that aha moment, subscribe to Prime Health Daily. Because here, we don't just tell you what's wrong, we help you fix it, one choice at a time. Let us know in the comments, which symptom surprised you the most? Or, what food are you going to try first? Your story might help someone else catch the signs in time. Your body wants to heal. Today, you gave it a fighting chance.